Anti-Afro Svengalis, I'm coming on here with the follow-up because the last video was running a little bit long and I wanted to make sure this particular portion involving Umar Johnson gets its unique attention. So I'm going to do a little reboot. What I first want to talk about is this post that Umar Johnson put up a couple of days ago. And I also want to not neglect to tell you, let me see, sorry. I don't want to miss out this citation. It is Prince of Pigfeet, I'm sorry, Prince of Pigfeet posted this information. And I want to let you hear a brief clip of the content. Scoot over to the channel so you can hear the entire message. Stay tuned and I will return.
Brothers and sisters, it is very hard being Dr. Umar. I found out that it was bogus. Dr. Umar.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
See, somebody's playing on me. Okay, that means I got coons playing on my phone. No problem. All right, Lloyd, keep me posted. I mean, that's just the coons. That's the coons. Somebody down in Delaware, I'm getting all these 302 calls, so that's the coons. That's the haters playing on my phone. See, brothers and sisters? Y'all see that? They calling my phone, texting me disturbing messages about your school that we're trying to build for our boys. But this is what people are doing to sabotage a school for boys. I don't understand. And here I am trying to deliver a Kwanzaa message. They sabotaged the Facebook because they kept intervening. They sabotaged the Facebook because they kept intervening. And then they interrupted my message on Instagram after they sabotaged Facebook. I'm disgusted that they would do this during Kwanzaa. This could be the two booty bandits from Utah and Kansas City.
Is homosexual Gerald Palmer, based in Kansas City.
The white supremacists out in California.
To anti-Afro Svengali. Anti-Afro Svengali.
Anti-Afro Svengali.
She's in California. I want to pull up on her.
It could be a number of people. I don't know who did this tonight, disrupting our conversation.
From God!
Okay, so you heard just a snippet of what Umar Johnson is claiming. And it cannot be emphasized strong enough to anybody, and this includes Umar Johnson, who wants to assert that somebody has undertaken violating federal law by hijacking a social media page. We are waiting for the day for Umar Johnson to notify the FBI and report us for doing what he claims that we are doing to him. We're waiting for this to happen. Once Umar Johnson does that, the floodgates are going to open because we will have every right to access information that we have been seeking for years. In addition to letting the powers that be know about Umar Johnson's death threats. Not that the FBI doesn't already know, because they do, but once this gets into the legal realm, because we want Umar Johnson to report us, he's saying that we hijacked onto his Facebook page. He has absolutely no evidence that this occurred because it didn't. He's the one crying and screaming about slander and all this stuff. But here Umar Johnson is accusing us of committing federal offenses. Report us to the FBI. We are waiting for that report to go in. So let's look into what's really happening with Umar Johnson. He has a hell of a nerve to sit here and accuse people of committing criminal offenses when he has threatened to kill us. He needs to get the hell out of here with that bullshit. Again, coming onto social media and crying and whining isn't going to do jack shit. Report us to the FBI and turn over all of your desktop, laptop, any sort of electronic device. Turn it over to the authorities. Let the authorities examine everything that has been posted on social media, where you have gone, what you have stated to people. And you will find Umar Johnson has ordered people to attack us for speaking the truth. He has doxed us. He has told people to pursue us in person, to attack us in person, to F us up. He said he's going to pull up on us, and he has the nerve to sit here and try to accuse us of committing federal offenses. Talk about failing the clean hands test. Look at this fool up here saying that we hijacked his Facebook page. Hello, this fool would like to think he has 3 enemies in the world. Do you know how many YouTube pages have gone up with Umar Johnson content on it? 411 Truth Umar Johnson content on it. And he wants to sit here and say we hijacked a Facebook page? Please. There isn't a shred of evidence that this occurred. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Umar did it himself to try to garner some sort of sympathy. But let's not kid ourselves. People are fed up. They're fed up with the fraud. They're fed up with the lies. They're fed up with Umar perping in a field he knows nothing about. We're fed up with his verbal abuse. We're fed up with him trashing us as a race, ridiculing us, shaming us, and threatening us because we won't help him carry on this bullshit fraud of a non-existent school. Let Umar meet with the Internal Revenue Service and explain his nonprofit fraud. He's just trying his hardest to shift the blame. He got another nonprofit agency going when he refused to submit the 990s. There's no way in hell anyone's going to be punished for telling the truth. So when you see this garbage coming up here like Umar Johnson claiming we hijacked his Facebook page, I mean, this garbage wouldn't even make the Gong Show reject division. And here's the other thing. Nobody gives a damn what Umar Johnson is claiming to do on Kwanzaa or whatever. We care about the threats he continues to make against us. We care about him perpetrating in a field he's got no business in. We care about him lying and continuing to collect money for a school that doesn't exist. I don't give a damn what appears on Umar Johnson's Facebook otherwise. Look at this garbage he puts on. I'm going to destroy you coons. What exactly does that mean? Umar Johnson continues to make threats of physical violence, saying that he wishes we, quote, didn't exist. He is a violent, angry, out of control individual who needs to be watched very carefully. No one in the anti-fraud warrior movement has ever issued any threats of violence. We will defend ourselves, as law enforcement has told many of us, but there's no way in hell Umar Johnson thinks he can control what we say anywhere. YouTube or social media, it's not a government agency, so it's not about, quote, free speech. Specifically, it's a vehicle by which we can express ourselves, but social media isn't a government agency. If there's going to be a policing of what is said on social media, it's going to be up to the social media entity. And look what Umar Johnson has done on social media. How many times has his channels been taken down or banned or cut off for how many days? Because he keeps violating the regulations against hate speech, against violence. And he has the nerve to sit up here and accuse us of committing federal offenses. I pray for the day when they come knocking on this door. This will be the first time I'll be happy to see FBI showing up somewhere. Hopefully they come here because I can show them all the shit that they can copy. This is going to be much better than a phone call. Much better than a phone call. Umar is trying to intimidate people because you see he puts our names up here. Who cares? He can put whatever he wants up there. He knows he has no leg to stand on. He cannot tell us what we are going to say, when we are going to say it, or where we are going to say it. Especially since we're not violating any laws. Umar simply knows it's the end of the line. More and more people are aware that what he has done is pulled off temporarily a scam that has the wheels come off. It's over. It's done. He cannot even think that he can convince anybody to give him multi-millions of dollars. Why do you think the Loyal Donors Club is a party of one? We busted that one out. He is the one owing all of the money to all of the agencies and the government with taxes, and he's still trying to convince people that he has a quote school running, and he's not paying any of the bills. So what does he want to do? He wants to turn the attention to us, claiming that we hijacked a Facebook on a Kwanzaa. Are you serious? So what is his latest lie? Before it was the Atlanta, we busted out the windows. And none of us live anywhere near Atlanta, but he sure spread the rumor around that we got the windows busted out. And now he's saying we committed federal offenses by hijacking a Facebook page. It's not going to fly. It's not going to intimidate anyone. Certainly not going to intimidate me from continuing to do what I do. Telling the truth, which Umar has no concept of. Let's see what other garbage Umar Johnson's going to come up with. How many more lies can he tell? I think we've proven. Let's see how many more lies Umar Johnson can come up with. Who is he going to blame next and for doing what? Whatever he says, whatever he does, he cannot erase the fact that more and more people know what he's doing is nothing but a fraud and a scam. He thinks he's going to shut down the entire social media realm. All the people who are posting content about what he's doing, which is essentially nothing but hijacking money from the community. And he is nowhere near anywhere close to opening up any school and never was. And like people keep pointing out, how are you trying to call something FDMG when you have the name of the previous school up there? Right there, people. It tells you. How are you knowing the person is not serious? Because you're not paying any of the bills. You're not paying the taxes. And this is going on 2 years. Blame no one but yourself, because that's the only person who is responsible. More people will continue to post content. This is our way of getting the word out, because Umar made a specific point to target the Black community, and we know what happens there. We all know it takes much longer for us to get justice, whether it's somebody doing something to us in our own community or externally. That doesn't mean we're all going to sit here like bumps on logs and or be run off or scared off. Scared off by what? There is nothing to be afraid of. Everything that is being done, that's being pointed out, which Umar is doing, he's doing it in full view of the public. So guess what? The public gets to make comments, and nobody can control what people say. Interesting how Umar is one of the main people who believes First Amendment, freedom of expression, giving an opinion, etc., is exclusive to him. Everybody else needs to shut the hell up. No, that's not the way it works. And that is not how